Yep, we're live.
Okay.
Yay! We are here. After me trying to schedule this goddamn thing. How many times
It's a good question.
now? So frustrating. And the whole thing, the reason why it wasn't going, well, one, because of the stream key, but two, because of the fucking title. So I just left it as episode 3, or at the very end. I did try to put the title or the name of the episode in it, but that's probably what fucked it up.
Gotcha. Most
But
likely.
while Rob is getting popcorn, we are planning to still play Guardians of the Galaxy. But Rob's making popcorn. But we also want to talk about some drama shit
Yeah.
because that's fun. And I mean, the first topic, at least, I know very little about the guy other than like the memes. But I didn't know about all these different rules.
Ugh. I still don't know. I still don't really know what they are. Like, Magi's explained them to me, but that was quite some time ago. And a majority of them, I'm just like, what? I do remember
Like,
that reaction. Like, it was just like, why?
yeah, because I looked
Why
at the link that
are
I
some of
saw
these
was like a
rules?
villain wiki of this individual or Christian. Not hiding of who we're talking about. But I saw that villain wiki, which is like what I posted in admin chat, and it talked about certain things that people would get attacked for if brought up.
Yeah.
But
Like,
other than that, I know very little other than the guy. He's the guy who created Sonichu.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No. It's just, it's mind-boggling that some of these rules are even in place and that people have gone out of their way to ruin other people's lives for quote unquote breaking these rules.
Okay, I'm
It's
back.
beyond ridiculous.
We is
Welcome back.
live, Rob. We are live.
Nice.
It was the title
Yeah.
that was the issue.
It was lining up with the title you put in on the schedule stream.
Damn.
Well,
Damn.
no, it wasn't that. It was just that the title. I'm assuming it was probably because the title was too long.
Huh,
But it's
could
so
be.
weird that it didn't say that on Streamlabs, which is why I was so confused until I finally saw like a little thing that said more details, and so I clicked on it and it was like, what did it say? It said something stupid, but it basically just said that the title was the issue. I'm just like, oh, okay. This is fun because I retyped that description or like made changes to the description several times and tried to start the stream several times and it just wasn't working. And it's kind of like, I don't want to be known as the person that fucks up everything every week. And that's on me. But it's just kind of embarrassing that I keep fucking up. But hello to those who just
You're not
joined.
fucking
Welcome.
up. It's all technical difficulties for a reason.
Like I said, I still plan on trying to come up with a technical difficulty screen. And I have an idea in mind for it, but I don't
Oh. Yo.
know if it'll work. But
Since we're gonna talk about it anyways, you want to hear something really fucking stupid?
no.
Well, we're talking.
Yes,
about,
go for it.
We're talking about drama anyways.
Yeah.
So speaking of drama, so Keemstar, I think it was earlier today or yesterday, goes on Twitter and makes a video like, "Oh, I'm so bored. There's no drama," and everybody's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" There's the thing with Chris Chan, and then there's the thing with freaking RaulZito.
You realize that Keemstar knows what he's doing, right? When he does that shit, he's a fucking troll in that regard.
Ugh.
He's a gnome.
He's a pest.
Didn't his girlfriend break up with him recently?
Who, Keemstar?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I don't care for the guy.
I know you don't care for the guy. I don't hate the guy. I mean, I've said my fair share about Keemstar. Like, I think that I think that yeah, he can be a shit person at times, but at the same time, he knows what he's doing, and he's good as part of as being a businessman.
So
that
I'm gonna
fault, but at the same time, he's an asshole.
So people don't think I'm completely shitting on him all the time.
Oh, there are a few. Shut up.
Okay, there are a few things that he covered that was actually really good.
Okay,
but he's an ass, and sometimes he's just kind of an obnoxious piece of shit.
But when it comes to like making sure that stories, I mean, there are worse channels out there, and I mean, for example, like Death Noodles. I'm sorry, I just don't care for the guy, and I don't really feel all that bad that he got permabanned off of Twitter because of fake news.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to see that happen. I mean, because his platform was largely on Twitter, or as far as Death Noodles was concerned.
And it seemed like he was kind of taken from other people's ideas and shit.
He doesn't he keeps like, I'm sorry, he just keeps saying like, oh, I'm trying to be a satire channel like The Soup and The Colbert Report. But they talk about serious topics, and it's not satire. If anything, it'd be more accurate to say it's parody.
Yeah. Well, I'm still going to call him a parasite because he did kind of shoehorn himself into the Onision documentary where he had nothing to fucking do with it.
Yeah. I don't know if that was all on him, though. They may have reached out to him. I will say that. But still, I don't think he needed to be in that documentary. That documentary didn't even need to happen in the first place because apparently the fucking police investigation was closed before the fucking thing ever was filmed.
Yep.
So, I mean, is that not a sort of cash grab?
Well, I can probably see a bunch of I could probably see an angry mob with torches and pitchforks, trying to break down Chris Hansen's door now because he fucking lied.
Yeah, it's not surprising that Chris Hansen lied. What a shock. And then, I mean, because if you look at his channel now, what was the last person that he talked about in his stream? Was like West Most or some shit? I don't know. And then he tried to get on the EDP wagon.
Yeah, which that fucking failed.
Yeah. But
pretty liked that particular quote unquote party.
And it doesn't help too that a variety of the people that were taking part on Chris Hansen's channel were, having their own forms of drama.
Well, it's not drama. It's literal allegations of criminal behavior. There's a difference between drama and crime.
True.
But
speaking of crime,
yeah, go for it.
So let's talk about a couple more shitbags.
So, first, tell me about I mean, I don't, like I was telling Aden when you were making popcorn, that I know very little about Chris Chan other than that he's the dude that created Sonichu. So,
from what Aden was telling me, I guess a while back was, I think you were telling me that Chris Chan who the creator of Sonichu, had already been through a ton of drama already, especially when it comes down to people criticizing his works and all that.
Yeah, she's gone through a shit ton of drama. I don't even know anywhere near the tip of the iceberg, honestly.
Wait, are you using feminine pronouns to describe Chris?
They apparently transitioned or
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm saying the correct
something.
pronouns.
They at least changed their name to Christine.
I thought that I read somewhere that was like. Never mind. I'm not gonna further that thought because I don't want to say anything that's incorrect. But
Oh, so they pulled a Jessica and Eve.
let me double check because I want to make sure about something.
I'm sorry, I had to. I saw the picture of the individual, and I kind of feel like this is a situation where the person is claiming. I'm not saying that this is for everybody that transitions, but it just seems like, especially in the case of like Jessica and Eve, they transition to just not get in trouble with certain situations.
Maybe. All I know for sure concerning like past dramas is that they're really toxic. They're a really toxic individual.
And apparently, more like we're going to get a couple of their fans that see the podcast and probably try to shut us down for talking about their Lord and Savior Christian.
All right, I just wanted to look up just to be sure because I didn't want to misgender them. But
From what I understand, though, when it comes to the whole breaking the rules thing, or the whole being attacked by fans or whatnot, it's not necessarily fans that are attacking. It's people that are like, "Hey, you're not following the criteria. You're fucked." Still really fucked up, but still.
Criteria would we have to follow? I'm confused.
Some set of rules, from what I understand. I don't really know what the rules are. I remember when Magi tried explaining them to me, I was like, this is hurting my head.
Yes. So here's my thought process, and this goes for me.
Protective order removes Chris Chan from mother's home.
Yeah, he's been arrested, or she's been arrested.
Oh.
So here's
Chris
my thought
Chan
process.
Is headed to the Supreme Court. Let's see here.
While she's looking that up, I'm gonna say, when it comes to this whole rules thing, they're a public figure, and as long as we follow the rules of YouTube, we can talk about them as much as we want. So have fun trying to, harass us on that one, dickheads.
That's not helping.
Don't
come after us, you fucking pieces of shit. That's what it sounded like.
Considering the fact that, from what I understand, some of these individuals have gone so far as to ruin other people's lives.
Well, it just goes to show what
we
kind of
are
people they
talking
are.
about something that is relevant and topical at the point in time that we are streaming.
Yep.
But yeah,
This is something that has been made known across social media, across the news. We have every right to speak about it. And if anything, you guys are telling me or filling me in on who this individual is because I know very little about them. So regardless,
Which,
I mean,
by the way,
it's better to keep people informed rather than trying to hide it for the sake of what? The person that allegedly fucked their mom? Really? That's who we're gonna
I heard it was
feelings
grandmother.
towards?
I heard it was grandmother.
Mother.
No, it's
my
mom.
Yeah, when I first typed it in Discord, I corrected it in there, but it's mother, not grandmother.
Where did I hear? I think it was Bo Black's that I heard it was, because I think they say grandmother. I'm like, was it? Because I think I definitely think Bo Black's. I did it again, freaking out. I think it was Bo Black's was the one that said it was grandmother.
I'm pretty sure it's mother because in the articles that I read it said
Mother.
elderly mother. Because, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to say elderly grandmother because that's kind of redundant.
Not just
Or it's the implication that those that are grandparents are older, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
not just elderly, but
Dementia.
She
They have
has
dementia.
yeah,
Lord.
yeah, it's beyond fucked up.
And was it
Oh, yeah.
Botox or was it
Three
somewhere
hours.
another video I watched that said that they were kind of bragging about that? Like,
So,
and they
3
don't
hours
see it
ago-
being a bad thing.
That's how it came. That's how it came out in. That's how it came to the public's eye.
So about 3 hours ago, there was a video that was posted.
Was that alleged bragging?
Go on, Rob.
That
Sorry.
shows him getting pulled out, being dragged away in handcuffs.
That's just. I mean, everything's wrong in this. It's just like to take advantage of the person that gave you life for your own sick, twisted pleasures. Like, I could not imagine. I don't know. I'm just. It leaves me stunned, if true. But, you know,
Yeah,
The-
somebody.
Hmm?
I'm looking at the video. Somebody was
Sorry.
streaming it where the
Didn't mean to
dude
interrupt.
was being. Oh, sorry.
no, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all.
I was gonna say somebody, I guess, was streaming Chris Chan being locked out of his apartment in handcuffs.
What were you saying, MJ?
Nothing.
I'm
Nothing
sorry,
is good.
MJ.
No, I wasn't. I'm saying I don't really remember. So
Uh,
you're good.
So it seems that it might not just have been him allegedly sexually. I mean, her sexually abusing her elderly mom.
Yeah, it's mother. I just looked it up.
Apparently they've also been stealing money from her, taking money from her.
Yeah, I'm trying to read this article real fast before if I decide to show it. Okay. Oh, wait. The Post Millennial wrote this? That's who Blair White writes for.
Hmm.
Let me find a different article, too, just to make sure. Well,
Yeah, because I remember
2 hours
Chris-
ago. Go on.
I was gonna say Chris Chan. I think one of the biggest criticisms was on his art, which I'm no artist. I mean, to an extent, I haven't done anything or much of art for quite a while, but some of his art is freaking terrible.
Yep. They're a webcomic creator.
Oh, goody.
And that's where I believe Sonic 2 comes in. Sonic 2 being one of Chris Chan's OCs, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. Okay, I found I found an article. Here, let me. I'm gonna copy and paste a link for you guys too. So I'll put it in admin chat so you can see
Alright.
it.
Oh, goody.
So I posted that
Copy.
for you. I'll go ahead and read. I like this banner. I don't want to move it away, so I'll just read it. You can stare at the lovely banner. Christine Weston Chandler, commonly known as Chris Chan, was arrested in Richmond, Virginia. Henrico County Police were seen holding Chris Chan at the Regency Inn at 1500 East Ridge Road. They stayed after being forced to leave their homes on Friday by an emergency protection order issued by the Ruckersville authorities. Why was Chris Chan arrested? Recently, leaked audio and text messages allegedly between Christine and an unidentified third party revealed that Chris Chan was having an incestuous relationship with her mother, Barbara Chandler. Due to Barbara's advanced age and questionable ability to give consent, It should be a situation, it could be a situation of abuse and sexual assault against older people. Due to the hideous nature of the leaked notices, they have been forwarded to the authorities by the parties concerned. On July 30th, Greene County Police carried out a social check on the Chandler household at Branchland Court 14 in Ruckersville, Virginia. The details of this raiding are currently unknown. However, the police then removed Barbara from the domicile and took her to a hospital for examination. In addition, a provisional EPA was issued against Christine, preventing her from contacting Barbara or entering the house until August 5th. So basically a protection order. The reason for the arrest is not yet known. However, there are several reasons Henrico County Police may have arrested Chris Chan. Incest is a crime in Virginia, as is elderly abuse, sexual assault, and rape. It is possible that after investigating Barbara, authorities found evidence of one or more of these crimes, and an arrest warrant was issued against Christine. They keep using different names depending on how... Okay. It is also alleged that Chris Chan withdrew $750 from Barbara's account, which may have been in breach of the EPA. This action could also be counted as theft, which can also lead to the issuing of an arrest warrant. The police may also be taking Chris Chan into protective custody. The footage we saw of the arrest was from someone sneaking outside Christine's motel room, and there were likely hundreds of calls to Richmond authorities after it became known that Chris was staying there. In any case, this is just the latest evolution in a sad saga that has been going on for over a decade. We will update with more details as they become available.
So when this goes to court, which do you think they will get him on? Theft, incest, or sexual assault of a elderly woman?
To be on the safe side, I mean, it's probably just use gender neutral. But then again, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to identify people.
I mean, I didn't use. I'm not using identification. I'm talking.
Oh no,
about
I'm just saying in general.
Against.
In general, just to be clear that if there's any misgendering, it's not intentional.
Yeah.
All right, Kit Kat, you want in? Because I hear you meowing.
Honestly, I could see theft at the least.
Yeah. But I'm curious about these rules, but other than the one that I look at.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it if the prosecution would also be trying for incest at the same time.
Well, if anything, the biggest one would be the sexual assault.
Yeah, because incest, I mean, depending on what state, because there's, I mean, for example, I believe I've read somewhere, and forgive me that I don't have the information pulled up in front of me, but, like, for example, where incest only applies between, like, father-daughter, mother-daughter, that kind of thing. So it might be a little confusing in terms of the rules. Let me actually look up, just to be sure, because I don't want to spread misinformation.
Yeah.
Virginia.
I honestly wouldn't doubt it one bit if they went full force on all of it for charges.
All right. In the state of Virginia,
breaking the Protection Act.
Title 18.2-366, sexual intercourse by persons forbidden to marry, incest and penalties. A. Any person who engages in sexual intercourse with any person whom he is forbidden by law to marry is guilty of a Class 1 misdemeanor, except as provided in subsection B. B. Any person who engages in sexual intercourse with his daughter or granddaughter, son or grandson, or father or mother is guilty of a Class 5 felony. However, if a parent or grandparent engages in sexual intercourse with his child or grandchild, it's interesting that they still use... I find it interesting, like in laws, if you ever read like legal codes and everything of how they word things, because a lot of times it'll like use he as the pronoun rather than being gender neutral, but that's just fun fact. Let's see. Such a grandchild is at least 13 years of age but less than 18 years of age at the time of offense. Such parent or grandparent is guilty of a Class 3 felony. For the purposes of this section, parent includes step-parent, grandparent includes step-grandparent, child includes a stepchild, grandchild includes a step-grandchild. So yeah, no matter what.
He's fucked.
It's illegal.
Or they're fucked. They're fucked.
And it's a It's not just a crime; it's a felony. So that means it's a federal crime.
Yeah, not to add on to the joke, they're fucked both figuratively and very literally.
Oh God, really?
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
You idiot. Just kidding.
fucked.
It's illegal.
Or
Just
they're
kidding.
fucked. Well,
They're
fucked.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and put that link that I just read, or for the legal codes in the chat too, just so people can see it if they want to read it on their own time. Because when you have to look at criminality, you can't just look at it as a blanket thing. You gotta look at it based on where they live, because laws are different based on the state. And that was something
True.
that Nicholas Diorio brought up when he did his video on Deaf Noodles, because he was using clips from like legal forums, but it wasn't legitimate legal advice. And also, the link that he was using was like what did Nick call it? It was like basically like the Yahoo answers of legal information. If that tells you anything, because like the comments that he was reading were from like different states, but none of that was from the state in question or where the alleged crime took place.
Yeah.
But just so people know that not all laws are applicable, but yeah, depending on... I'm sorry, I'm not going to even finish that sentence. That's fucked up!
Yeah.
Fucked up.
It is.
But yeah, I mean, I have very little knowledge about the dude, and then, the whole rules thing that I still need to see if I can find. Rules. Christian rules. Or it might be just a Magi thing, but...
Yeah, like the only details, the only thing I can think of their defense even remotely being used, and I see that being immediately blown out the water, is that Christian is full functioning autistic. And that is something they have been hiding behind to get away with a lot of the shit.
Oh, now I'm logged into this account. That's cool. Let me put in this link. Apparently I'm logged into both accounts.
Which, honestly, at this point, I mean, when it comes down to a court case, I'm really hoping a good judge and freaking prosecutor don't fucking fall for that shit.
Yeah. Well, I just posted a link in the chat as well as from the Age of Consent website, based on by state, because incest crime and punishment in Virginia Code, Title 18.2-366 defines 1 degrees of crime incest associated with punishments, Class 1 misdemeanor, which could face up to a maximum of 12 months in prison and or a maximum fine of $2,500. Let's see here. I'm just curious what it says in my state. Damn, Montana, you got a lot of words. I'm not seeing my state. All right. Anarchy! Okay. Well, the link that I posted shows all the different, like, prison sentences if convicted based on by state. And what class felony or category felony it might be in, or misdemeanor.
Yeah.
But still not finding anything about those rules. But like I said, it could be a Magi thing.
I'm gonna share on the podcast or the Discord. I'm gonna share the link to the other article for the topic we were going to discuss.
Gotcha.
One of the other topics, you mean?
Yeah. Well, go ahead. I mean, unless you have more to say about Christian.
I got nothing.
Only that he kind of...
Or Christine Chan, whatever.
I mean, honestly...
Chan is still their pseudonym.
Because
they prefer to go by the pseudonym if they're not going by the name they change.
I'm just gonna call
Chan.
I'm just gonna call him by the name that they are well known for, which is Christian. Because
Sounds like Christian.
you mentioned the fact or at least you mentioned that the whole autism thing, and that's we talked about this before because it's always frustrating and kind of denounces a little bit what other people go through when it comes to mental health when people pull that shit.
Yeah.
Like Gabby Hanna still going off and saying that ADHD is the reason why she acts the way she does.
Okay, she could fuck right off, that fucking cunt. Especially with that fucking music video.
What music? Oh, the song was catchy.
Oh, she's good at singing, but I'm not gonna lie. I mean, with the first first sentence from that fucking the music video, she can fuck right off.
Sorry, I'm late. But she just released videos on Jessie Smiles recently, even though everyone was telling her not to.
Oh, good for her.
And saying that Jessie Smiles was her abuser. She keeps using the term abuse or narcissistic abuse. I don't think Gabby knows what that means. And yes, she puts a screenshot, in her videos about it, but that, like, she's also showing, like, random screenshots from stuff that she's Googled about ADHD.
Again,
you're cherry picking. It's cherry picking.
I mean,
like, you can't talk shit about me because I've got ADHD, and if you make fun of me, then you are ableist. And you are not accepting of the neurodivergent community.
So, I at a young age, I was diagnosed with ADHD, so she doesn't speak for me. So she can fuck off. She can fuck right off. How dare she use ADHD as a crutch to try to get out of control, out of trouble? Again, she can just go the fuck away.
That was her plan. After the series so as soon as she was done, she said that she was gonna quit YouTube. And then she's like, "It feels so good to get my side out there, because I just can't take it anymore. Like, they will never leave me alone."
That nobody's probably going to listen to, because they probably think that, or at least will acknowledge that she might be full of shit.
I mean, the thing is that, like, Jessie had even offered, like, let's just stop talking about one another and call it that.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "No, I want a public apology. I want you to take your video down or say that what you said was untrue. And then I want you to sign an NDA
with that.
I want you to sign an NDA saying that you can never talk about me publicly again," which that's not how NDAs work.
Yeah.
And then wanting Jessie to admit that what she said was untruthful and wrong.
Her trying to force an NDA kind of reminded me of that whole thing with Joy Sparkle. From Gregory Onision to Joy Sparkles. The whole friggin' Oh, I still have that video, by the way.
Cecil McFly did a 2-part series on Joy. And I believe one of them was titled, like, Tales of the Turbo Grifter.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was an interesting watch. I watched both episodes. It's just weird because, considering that we were friends with Joy. So it's kind of weird to see a video talking about somebody that we were friends with, but...
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm going to say about it. Like, Joy was always nice to me. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to add anything else to that.
I mean, to an extent, like, we try... I mean, to an extent... We've said our piece, and when it came down to some of the things she said, we kind of drifted apart with the whole situation.
But no, the Gabby Hanna shit gets worse, because she, was trying to force this whole NDA thing. And then...
Good luck with that.
Like, she was like, well, I need to know something within, like, 48 hours. And then she's texting Jesse the whole time being like, your friends are talking about me. Get them to stop or I have 2 pre-recorded podcast episodes that I will release if they don't stop. This is going to hurt you more than it hurts them.
So
Because
fucking childish.
other people were talking about her. She wanted Jesse to stop it.
Hey, you know, anybody who Gabby Hanna or anybody that follows Gabby Hanna, here's a word of advice. She's a fucking public figure, meaning that if she does something stupid, then people have the right to talk about her, just as much as they can talk about me or any of the other people that use this fucking platform to speak their minds or create content.
What else was it? And apparently... Go ahead.
The thing I don't get is why can't so many of these people just take accountability?
Because they don't think they should.
Yeah.
Because at this point, and I just posted a video. I mean, it didn't get a lot of views, but basically at this point, a lot of like huge content creators think they can do whatever the fuck they want. Because usually there's no repercussion to their own actions.
Nice segue.
Yeah.
I dig that. Go on.
Going into our other thing.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice segue.
It wasn't intentional, but now that I think about it, yeah, that was a good segue.
Before it was, and now I'm gonna ruin it. So, but no, okay. So the whole thing, like, Gabby's saying, like, you need to talk to your friends, and they're tweeting because of you, and that, you know, if you tell them to stop, they'll stop. And then apparently Gabby's fans went after a woman named Jen Dent. And there was somebody on Twitter that said that accused her of being a rapist. And that she raped a little girl.
Who?
When it wasn't true. And then Jesse responds back being like, your fans just called her a rapist today. That's why she's tweeting. And she said, if you want her to take it down, you need to talk to her yourself. Don't use me as the middle person. I don't want to be this middle person. And that's when she said, like, oh, it's going to hurt you more than it hurts them.
That's a threat.
Yeah, it is a threat.
What's coercion?
That's trying to force people to do what you want, which that's not okay.
Yeah. And the thing is like in her video about Jessie Smiles, she was like, well, this person, Alex James, who, was still friends with Jessie Smiles' rapist. Like,
wait,
Jessie's friends with him, but, I'm the one that's being called a rape apologist.
Yeah, that actually brings up a question. Has a freaking, I'm looking at Drama Alert. Has he at all talked about any of this shit?
No. He's on Gabby's side.
Of course.
Because, well, Jesse had pointed out, that Keemstar has tweeted Jesse before being like, hey, remember when you accused Curtis Lepore of raping you? Even though Chris had...
fucking kidding me?
He had confessed that he raped her.
Yeah.
And the case is closed. He confessed to the cops that he had raped her while she was sleeping, recovering from a concussion.
Did I forget to add that Keemstar's a petty piece of shit?
Like, him and some of the other channels, like, okay, I'm going to give them credit where it's due, though. Because a lot of people were saying about the whole thing with, what was it? Like, Gabby was getting a lot of shit for the whole Bianca Devins thing a couple years ago. Which was stupid. I don't get why people thought that was an issue. She was looking up or researching, like how to dress like an e-girl. And she was looking through pictures in this article, and one of them happened to be of Bianca Devins. And Gabby
Okay.
made a comment on it saying like, "Oh yeah, I like her shirt." But people took that as, "Oh my god, she's exploiting a dead girl." And she's reading or she's looking at a murder article, and that was what Repzilla said. And how he was personally offended and hurt by what Gabby did. Gabby didn't do anything wrong in that regard. People who were going after her, shame on you. Even Bianca's family said, leave Gabby alone in this regard. Like, she's fine. She didn't need to apologize to us. But it's just like, no, she exploited a dead girl. I mean, if you watch Repzilla and Nicholas Diorio going at it, it's an entertaining watch. I'm sorry. It's just like, yeah, Gabby has done all this other shit that's horrible, but that one instance there, she did nothing wrong. And then also fucking apparently Creepshow Art is trying to contact Gabby, asking her to do an expose video on Ready to Glare.
I think I partially saw that.
And Ready to Glare and Shannon were best friends. But she was one of the first people to publicly denounce her when all that shit went down back in, what was it, end of May, early June? And was like sending her flowers before all that shit with, Shannon went down. And then going and, deactivating all of her social media and then texting Gabby on a burner phone saying to make a video on Ready to Glare. And apparently Nick vetted it, but I mean, I haven't seen any proof of that. And it's going to be kind of hard to do that, but apparently that's what Gabby had sent him. And he vetted the screenshots that it was Shannon. I don't know if that is the case 100% for sure. Same with like the whole podcast thing, if that's, Shannon under a different name. It's just like, oh my God. People are so dumb.
They are.
It hurts my head. Okay, I'm over this topic. Let's go over by Fortnite guy. Sorry.
Do you want to read the article?
I sure can. Once I sit up. There we go.
Thank you.
How you do that? Let me do Fortnite. I'm kidding.
By the way, speaking of Fortnite, they're releasing Arena Grande.
What?
Is that
For Fortnite.
You mean Ariana Grande?
Ariana Grande, yeah.
Oh, okay?
The singer.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what you just sounded like, it sounded like Arena Grande, and I'm like, that sounds like a fucking football stadium that serves Taco Bell. Sorry.
I fucked up the name. I'm sorry.
No, I like my headcanon better. So, Arena Grande. Go on.
Sounds like a location.
No,
for
that's about it.
football.
Like they're gonna put her in Fortnite.
Oh. Breitbart.
They put oh god, who was it? Who was it?
Are you talking
I
about
think
the
it was
bunny?
either Kobe or the lead for the recent Space Jam movie.
LeBron?
Oh, you're talking about
Wait, no,
LeBron.
No, sorry. Yeah. I heard
They
that movie
put
sucked,
one
by
of
the way.
them in,
That
Fortnite
movie, yeah.
recently.
I saw the trailers. I'm like, I'm not fucking watching this.
Didn't Sage say he watched it? Because
I've watched it. Honestly, to me, it felt like a Space Jam movie for the
the modern
current
age?
generation of kids.
It looked like a ripoff of Ready Player One for me.
It was. I enjoyed it for the most part. It felt like a Space Jam movie.
I love
not
Space Jam.
geared towards us.
I have the Space Jam soundtrack. I remember back in middle school, I sang I Believe I Can Fly for my 13th birthday party at a karaoke place. And then they
Nice.
recorded me singing it and gave it to me, which to me was super embarrassing because at the time, It wasn't until I met you guys that I could actually be okay with listening to my voice played back. I used to never like that. Like, if I ever had to do interviews with people for, like, research stuff, I would always just type out what they're saying, because I never wanted to hear myself played back. Now, I do it all the time. It does not bother me. I know I sound like... my voice sounds a lot deeper than what people expect. Because I remember somebody... Who was it? I think it was, like, Lola Bohemia was like, I did not expect your voice to sound like that, because a lot of people think that I have or based on my look alone, that I sound like I have a higher pitched voice, or I look like I have a higher pitched voice. No, my voice is deep as shit. But, alright, let's look at this dude. Love has no gender, religion, sexuality. Can't read the rest of that. Alright. So I know nothing about this guy. Huh?
Body type? I don't know.
Wait, what? Sorry.
The word under sexuality.
Mm.
It might be body type, but I don't think...
Let's see here. Okay. Even though I'm not a fan of Breitbart, I'll read this. A Brazilian Fortnite streamer, or known online as RaulZito, has reportedly been arrested by Brazilian authorities on charges that he sexually assaulted 2 minors. Inven Global reports that the Brazilian Fortnite streamer Raulino de Oliveira Maciel, known online as RaulZito, has been accused of, quote, vulnerable rape, end quote, the rape of a vulnerable person, of 2 minors by our Brazilian authorities. The victims are allegedly aged between 10 and 14. Whoa.
Yeah.
Authorities are investigating claims related to incidents between February and May of this year. Okay, RaulZito was arrested in Floriano. Oh, gosh. Oh, I hate when I can't pronounce things correctly. Florianopolis? I'm sure I butchered that, so apologies. On July 27th, after authorities were unable to locate him at his home in Sao Paulo, the mothers of the alleged victims claimed that RaulZito, I'm just going to say RaulZito, targeted children from the performing arts sector by contacting them via social media and claiming to work with TV companies, offering the minors opportunities and potential work in the industry. Reports from Brazilian media claim that initial allegations were made by one victim's mother. The victim is reportedly a 12-year-old boy. The abuse allegedly took place between February and May of 2021 and prompted the second victim in the case to come forward. According to the agents, the mother of the victim revealed that her son said he suffered abuses by the YouTuber, which occurred between February and May of this year. Another child, under 12 years of age, also said they were abused by the suspect. The cases occurred in, Niterói, Rio metropolitan area, and Sao Caetano do Sul, in Sao Paulo. The victims aged between 10 and 14 are they spelled that incorrectly, theater, film, and TV actors with work completed and in process. Wait, sorry, what were you saying, Rob?
I was going to say it's Rio metropolitan, Tiro.
Yeah, the word right before Rio is what I was have an issue with. But
and then Sao Caetano do Sul.
We're learning words, or at least learning how to pronounce them incorrectly.
If you guys know the correct pronunciation, please let us know, so that we don't sound like ignorant jackasses. Though we end up doing that anyways.
Or kindly fuck off that we pronounce this incorrectly. And humor, haha, funnies. Form a sentence out of that. I'm sure you'll get something. The Brazilian publication claims that there were so many times the abuse took place that both victims do not know how to order chronologically how they occurred. And there appears to be suggestions that there may be other victims that have yet to come forward. SBT Games, a network that works alongside gaming and esports influencers, has severed ties following the news. His Twitch channel remains up at the time of writing, however. He reportedly boasted of playing with young talents online, and his YouTube channel description states that he works with several child talents, claiming to make the content that you can put on the living room TV for everyone to see. He had over 200,000 followers on Instagram at the time the story broke, with 118,000 followers on his Twitch channel and 144,000 subscribers on YouTube. There. Article read.
That last quote just is more disturbing in context of what's going on.
The content that you can put in the living room TV for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on your phone and tablet and computer and
oh, that just got dark. I'm sorry.
All the screens. Simulacra.
Not much I want to say. I mean, we've been kind of talking about it already when it comes down to content creators. This is another situation where content creator thought that they were untouchable and thought they could do whatever the fuck they want. And at least to some extent, it seems like that there's possible justice that is being held to protect people from an individual who is clearly not the best person to be online.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I don't know much about the guy. I don't play Fortnite anymore either.
Me neither. I mean, at this point, I'm trying to keep up with it. I really like this current season. Mostly because
the way they've got the current season is pretty cool.
Yeah?
I got Rick.
I haven't even reached level 100. At this point, I don't.
I'm Pickle Rick!
I'm so glad that wasn't one of the fucking costumes. I am so glad that wasn't one of the skins.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Nah, I'm fine with Toxic Rick being one of the skins you could get for him.
Yeah, well, it'd be really messed up if it was Pickle Rick in his rat suit inside a robot. That'd be really over the top. Yeah, that'd be really over the top. Kind of like what they did with was it Muscle Kitty or whatever it's called?
Meowsicles.
Meowsicles.
Really? That's muting. Ow.
That would be.
He even had his own. He even had his own freaking built-in emote where he would like kiss his pecs and whatnot. It's rather disturbing but amusing at the same time.
One that I missed that I really wish I didn't was the Aloy skin that came out last season.
I'm so bummed that game got moved or it got delayed.
Yeah, for like what, next year?
Yeah, it's supposed to come out the end of this year.
Oh well,
now it's not gonna come till next year.
I think all I'm gonna say is that gives me a chance to play some games that I really want to put on the channel, especially games that unfortunately, when it comes to it, the videos that I posted, all of them were gone when the old channel was deleted.
Thanks, assholes.
As far as other games that are supposedly getting delayed, I'm still not finding anything on Metroid Dread being delayed. It's still set for its October release.
Well, the article that I sent did say that it was speculative for Metroid Dread. But it was listed with a few other games on that list, and so that's why I sent it, because I recognize Metroid Dread, so I was like, okay, maybe Aden knows something about it.
I know. I think if anything, the next game I'm probably gonna buy is probably Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
See, nice.
I'm
honestly,
so excited. Go ahead.
There. I have a feeling there's a reason why they remastered that.
Yeah, I honestly. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say probably because like some of the current footage we've gotten to see for Legend of Zelda, where it seems like it's gonna has some kind of resemblance to Skyward Sword.
For Breath of the Wild too? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait till August 20th.
Oh,
because that is when Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut comes out.
right, yeah.
Oh yeah,
New areas to explore, new storyline.
I'm gonna have to re-download that game on my freaking my console.
The optional boss fight.
Yep, and
I still need a
adaptive trigger features too now, and enhanced visual or graphics and visuals, which is already a fucking stunning game.
Yeah,
But the trailer made it like for the PS5 version of it is like holy shit, it looks so good. It already looks good. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Gin Pop. That's right in front of me.
Huh.
Bloody Gin Pop, by the way. But I'm so excited.
I'm honestly hoping that the rumors concerning an Legend of Zelda Oracle's remake is true, because that would be awesome.
That would be really fucking. I mean, when it comes to Game Boy, that was one of those games that I really did just absolutely loved.
I'm not gonna lie, though, I will be somewhat disappointed if it is just Oracle of Ages and not both of them.
Well, it should be both of them.
Yeah, it should. That's why I'll be disappointed if it's just one of them.
Well, from what it sounded like, at least for the rumor, that it might be, and again, it's just rumors, that if they were to sell it, it'd be two separate games, like it was before.
Understandable, but at the same time, with how much space there is on the Switch games,
Next to nothing.
yeah, there shouldn't be that big a problem.
Yeah,
honestly, in combining them together.
I just charged my Switch. It's been sitting on my desk in my bedroom for months. I have not touched it. Still gotta finish that LED kit on the Joy-Cons that are still torn apart. Oh well.
Oh, speaking of games, let's go ahead and talk about the Ratchet and Clank controversy. Apparently,
I'm so happy I platinumed the game today.
You want to start us off with that one, Aden?
Yeah, this shit hurts my head. So, I'm guessing former 3D character artist for Ratchet and Clank, Ripped Apart, had a rather startling, maybe disturbing meltdown of sorts. Or at least it can be seen as a meltdown on Twitter. He's to start things off, his portfolio or his about section reads, Senior 3D character artist, Wonderstorm. I sculpted Spider-Man's nipples and made Rivet jacked.
What?
That's his about section. Now,
what's this guy called?
I have the article pulled up on screen.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just resizing it.
I'm kind of wondering if we should not show this in case there's any inappropriate images. What's he called?
Xavier.
Hold on, I'm gonna move that to this monitor. See, let me just vet it real quick.
All right.
Okay, it's not bad. Nothing's really that. It's not bad.
Posting the link to the Twitter thread.
Okay, I found it. All right.
So, it says, something for my fellow men in game development, especially those just now entering the industry. There are a lot of things you may run into that aren't directly harmful to people in the same way as sexual harassment, but they still contribute to hostile environments and harm. There's a strong chance I'm going to get flack for saying this publicly, but it's worth bringing up because it's an example of how small things contribute to building environments that are hostile to women and all kinds of other marginalized people in game development. When I was on the latest Ratchet & Clank game, there was an incredibly heated discussion that happened between the game director, art director, the lead writer, lead character, TD, I'm trying to remember what that means.
Tech developer, maybe?
I'm
not sure.
Wait. What the hell? Go ahead.
The technical director. And myself. It was about Rivet, the female lead. Note that 3 of the people above, including myself, are no longer at Insomniac. I'm not going to tag them because they're adults. I trust to comment if they feel it's appropriate. The discussion, or argument really, was basically about whether we should make Rivet look more stereotypically feminine looking. That is, she should have wider hips, visible breasts or bumps in her suit, and other physical traits we normally associate with cartoony women. The argument basically broke down like this. Game director and art director wanted her to have a visibly fairly stereotypically feminine look. The lead writer, the lead character TD, and I wanted to keep her as is. This is where things get into territory that men like myself and game dev need to pay really fucking close attention. The lead writer was a woman. The lead character TD was a trans person who at the time had not transitioned. I don't see what the point of that is, but okay, whatever.
I don't either.
Everyone else in the discussion was a white cis male.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
I don't see the point in stating that either.
Because they want to make the point that all white men are fucking evil.
Mm.
That's usually the argument. That's the usual go-to.
They kind of backpedal a little bit, though, here shortly. At the time the argument occurred, there were 2 women, 1 female-presenting trans person on the team. That trans person had lived their life up to that point as a woman and had the lived experience thereof. Everyone else on the 20-plus person team was a man. So 2/3 of the women on the team, as well as 1 cis white man, me, were telling the art director and game lead that Rivet should not, as an alien space box, have wide hips and titties. We believe that, 1, it went against the message of the game, which is that anyone can be a hero regardless of how they look. Y'all are beating the game. Tell me, is that the message of the game?
No.
Yeah, that's the first thing I think of when I load up Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Oh, titties!
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, my gosh, and even women will agree. I mean, a lot of other people will agree with us. It's like when it comes down to seeing Rivet, that wasn't the first thing that we fucking thought about. Was whether
it's like, oh, cool, another Lombax.
I mean, let's face it. I will admit that some people went fucking nuts the first time Rivet was announced. I'll give them credit on that one, but at the same time, a lot of people, especially people who were just playing the game, that wasn't the first thing that they thought of was, does Rivet have TNA?
Well,
no.
Here's the thing, though. Like, we're not even halfway. We're about halfway done with the thread.
Oh, I kind of figured.
2, you don't need to be stereotypically feminine to be a woman. 3, Rivet is a fucking alien space box, just like Ratchet. What?
Yeah, but...
What are we whatting about?
Do you want them... So here's my question. It's like, so... Do you want them to look generic, like them both looking the same? Like, I don't get what this fucking guy's trying to say.
Like they did in the game?
They wanted to keep Rivet as was originally drawn, from what I'm understanding.
So kind of like the same concept what they did with Lola Bunny.
But, like, it's a fictional character.
Yeah.
It's not hurting anyone.
Well,
not
like
really.
I said, it's just like the whole controversy with Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
How they toned
exactly
Lola down.
But
they toned her down
honestly,
for the more recent sequel or whatever.
Yeah, they did, but she doesn't look androgynous like Rivet does. Rivet looks like you can't even tell that they're a female aside from the voice and the face.
Yeah.
A little bit on the
Okay.
eyes.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's
to
part
be
of it.
granted, I mean, when you look at the characters side by side with Ratchet and Rivet, I mean, their body proportion is almost completely similar
Mm-hmm.
to a certain degree. So it's like, what's this guy bitching about?
It's cool you can customize both their costumes.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I mean that was fun.
I
I
played
mean,
it in big head. Oh, have you played it in big head mode?
no, I should have.
Because it also
No.
applies to the cutscenes.
Oh gosh.
So like they're in their ship.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Ratchet and Rivet's heads are huge, and then Clank or Kit's right there.
Goodness.
It's the dumbest shit ever, but it's so funny. But sorry,
Sounds
go ahead.
typical of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
The argument had been going on for about half an hour before I finally pulled one of the framed Ratchet and Clank posters down from the wall, put it in front of both leads, and told them to look at the damn thing and tell me how much Ratchet looked like a human man. The argument largely petered out after that point, with all parties leaving incredibly frustrated and myself leaving the company a few weeks later. So, fellow men in game dev, this is an example of one of the very small things that build up over time and make life miserable for women and marginalized people in our industry. Something as simple as putting titties on a space rat can harm people. Sorry.
Is this guy fucking stupid?
He's trying to appear woke. It breaks people's trust when you allow things like this to happen unchallenged. If you don't push back against tiny little things like giving Rivet tits, you're essentially saying those things don't matter. If the small things don't matter, where's the line for bigger things? I am not perfect, and I have let things like this happen unchecked before. It happened at my first job, and I regret some of the choices I made when making characters there. It's not fucking worth it. Speaking up about small things heads off Blizzard scale bullshit. Not the same thing. For the game journalist reading this, no, I will not be commenting for the article you're inevitably writing. Do not contact me unless it's to talk directly about the work that I do, and how technical processes can be demystified for people interested in making games.
Oh. Okay. That was a lot to take in.
So
yeah.
So here's my thought process, like reading this. First off, at this point, especially when it comes down to video games, they've now been kind of placed in the same category as like anything involving art, and to a certain degree, art is subjective. And if a person has created a particular character, then they are allowed to create that character. If you want to criticize it, you can, but at the same time, you shouldn't be completely bashing it, or at least, not assuming that you aren't going to get shit for bashing it, especially when there's really nothing wrong going on with the character.
Like trying to make Rivet look more stereotypically feminine, being upset about that, and equating that to trying to equate that to being similar to sexual harassment in the workplace, which is what happened, from what I understand, at Blizzard.
Mm-hmm. They just did a walkout the other day.
Which I think that failed.
Preposterous. And it would honestly, making her more feminine looking would not hurt a damn thing.
It doesn't.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Insomniac, especially with the Ratchet and Clank games, love their wordplay. It would fit in line with the fun of the Ratchet and Clank games. Potentially.
And this kind of reminds me of a situation with what was happening with Spyro, where people were just kind of losing their shit over the redesigns for I think it was Laura the Fawn and Sheila the kangaroo.
They don't look
more so. more so with Sheila, and they're like, "Oh, the original design was better." So it's like, okay, so you just want a bland kangaroo?
This is gonna be offensive to kangaroos everywhere.
It's like
And a
the
select
only
few
thing they did.
Australians.
The only thing they did was, especially since Sheila is a female character. I'm sorry I hit my mic, but a female character.
You emphasize that point. You go ahead.
They made her look a little bit more feminine. They gave her kind of a Steve Irwin shirt and gave her hair.
Nice. I haven't seen Power 3 in the Reignited, so that's pretty cool.
So it's like, and people were just losing their shit over that redesign. It's like, why? It looks a lot better, and especially since nowadays, especially since they're remaking a very popular series, they got to do a lot of shit with it. Especially with the first game. I haven't played the games yet, but one thing in particular that was really cool was that every single dragon that you rescue in the first game, they each have different personalities, and they have different some are wearing like different clothes and stuff. It's actually really cool what they did.
Yeah, and they're all voiced by different voice actors.
Yeah, and instead of a majority of them having the stock line of "Thank you for saving me."
Saving me.
and well, it's like, and not only that, but not just wear like different clothes, different personalities, or different voices, but also different like body attributes. Like some are freaking muscular and bulky, some are like slim and freaking kind of creepy looking. But it's again,
what's the cheetah's name? Why can't I remember his name?
I don't want to remember. Hunter.
His look changed.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It took some getting used to on the Fauna's new look, but she does look more like a Fauna in the Reignited series.
You mean Faunus? I'm looking up the redesign for Hunter. Oh yeah, that's right. They did change his look.
Yeah.
So he looks more like a satyr.
I think he looked cooler in the original.
Yeah. In this one, he looks very close to being related to Chester. The cheetah.
That's kind of funny.
Oh, then.
But yeah, like, for crying out loud, the majority of the Ratchet and Clank games, their subtitle is an innuendo of sorts. Going commando, up your arsenal. Size matters. Quest for booty.
Your size matters, by the way.
Takes place after Deadlock, so
No. I was making a joke because size matters tends to show up here sometime for a podcast.
Hold on.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank titles. Title list.
Actually, now I'm looking at Hunter's look because I have it pulled up on screen so people can see. But I don't know. Maybe I don't hate it for the remaster. But I know, like, even the voice acting's I know they try to stay consistent with having the voice actors for the original, like, do the Reignited, but I don't know. I guess it's just the delivery and certain lines that Hunter says. It just sounds completely different depending on which version you're playing, the original or the Reignited trilogy.
Yeah.
Kind of makes him sound like more dorky than like cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just talking out of my ass because that could also be happening right now.
You're not wrong, but at the same time, the original it sounded like he was trying to be cool and failing at it.
Yeah.
Because of how much of a dork he is.
Yeah. But what they did Sparks so dirty in the Reignited trilogy. I've sent you guys pictures when I was playing it. Oh my god. It's terrifying. ARX. There we go. Let's see if we can find it.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Where he looks more like a dragonfly.
He looks derpy. And, like, if you get up close to him, he just looks fucking terrifying. Hold on. I have those pictures somewhere. What's up? Oh no. Sorry, a friend of ours just passed away.
Shit.
Oh shit.
He went, JR graduated with him in high school. He was a year ahead of me. And apparently he had a stroke. And it was in critical condition as of yesterday, and we just found out that he just passed away.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's alright. I mean, it's fine. It's not like I was close with him or anything like that. It's still sad. But I mean, we used to hang out when we were in high school. What? You want to say hey?
Hey. Dustin just reacted.
Oh no! Oh, fuck him!
But he just hearted that.
Yeah, except for, you know what's really fucked up? I cut out Kelsey in that photo.
What did he say? Never mind.
No, let me see.
You do have us muted on Streamlabs, right?
12. Wow, that was posted 12 years ago.
This guy said that's the real
Yeah.
life 10 years ago.
Yeah, I have that. What Jer is showing me, or just showed me, back when we first started dating in high school, like, all of us hung out together, and including our friend that just passed away. And for some reason, one of our friends, who she actually just passed away recently too, she won a free, like, photo session, like, group photo session at the grocery store around here, back when they had that. I don't know why or what she did to win it, but we all went there. And this is, oh my god, my teeth were so messed up back then, and I was tiny. But we ended up, like, a bunch of us in this picture. We were, like, holding on to random props and objects. It looks so weird, but I burned out a couple of people in that photo because I was an immature asshole back then. Just like I put devil horns on the person that I didn't, the one girl that passed away recently, because I didn't like her because she lied to me. I put devil horns on her senior yearbook photo in JR's yearbook, not mine. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, but he just showed me that picture because Dustin, my best friend, he decided to be a fucking dick and goes, "Oh, who was left out of that picture?" He knows who was left out of that picture, but he wanted to call me out on it and try to get me in trouble. And so I think he just posted that picture on Facebook again. I'll have to show you guys. It's so stupid. It's fun. It's just weird. Like, I have, like, a boa around me and I'm holding onto an apple.
Huh.
White boy with dreads sitting behind me. Anyway, that's a good memory.
It's good to have those.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, I'm trying not to turn this podcast to go down the drain of, like, oh, that got real super dark.
Well, I was going to say, we can talk about something funny.
Whoa, hold on. I was hearing the cat screech. It was because
Oh.
JR picked her up. He's now here. I don't know.
He just
You stop screaming?
what?
Can you hear?
I can't hear her.
You can?
No, I
No.
can't.
Oh. Could you hear then?
Confused?
No.
Hold on. I'm trying to put my mic closer to her.
Is she purring or something?
No.
What?
You guys can't hear her.
No.
What are you
No.
Ah.
just a little less wine?
She was just whining. She was just like, he's holding her. Well, she doesn't like to be picked up. Well, he picks her up, like, with no forethought. Like, kind of catches her off guard. So she goes, "Meow." But then he just holds on to her and walking around. And she's just going,
That's funny.
No, she doesn't do that.
No, she doesn't do that at all.
But she just got out of her purge.
But she's been super vocal lately. It's like, I can't even make any noise around her and she'll react. Like, fuck,
wow.
if I fart, she'll meow at me.
Oh, that's inappropriate.
That's, yeah, that is inappropriate. I was just using an example.
Yeah, nobody wants to know about your flirting.
Oh, is this turned into the MJ and JR show now? Okay. Just wanted to make sure, you know, so I could let the guys know. Love
But
you.
I guess final
Oh, fuck
thoughts
off.
with the
Go ahead.
final thoughts with the whole Xavier thing. It's just, to me, it just seems petty, and to a certain degree, it's like, what exactly would they want as a character? Because would they want something like Anita Sarkeesian, where they think that just a square, a pixel, would be the perfect representation for a character? Because if anything, that's just stupid.
Oh no, I don't have the Sparks photo anymore. I think it's on my old Twitter. Anyway, I have a terrifying photo of Sparks. But yeah, are you surprised that people are petty on the internet?
Well, it's funny that we're talking about people that are petty, because the next topic is about is about the same thing. It's funny how, like, for today, all of our topics before we go into playing Tales,
Oh shit.
Or-
Might not be able to do it tonight. Because I still
Okay,
have
if
to get my final
anything-
exam out.
if anything, I'll change the thumbnail and we could just do the topics.
Yeah. Sorry guys.
Oh.
I don't wanna
No, it's
stress
all right.
out
I mean,
too much about it.
there's been a lot of stuff. So
yeah, I'm having fun. So I gotta get rid of Creepy Sparks, I'm sorry.
so yeah, if anything, I'll change the title and thumbnail as soon as we're done.
Okay.
I'm now
But-
creepy sparks.
Oh no,
Any-
no.
But anyways, hey, MJ, can you put up a picture of Ghostbusters,
Give me a moment.
please?
Yeah, sure. You
Thank
got
you.
it, buddy. You got it. Let's put a break screen first. Let's make this a surprise. Go on.
Like a really good one, because
Ooh.
Oh, this
I don't
is-
know if I can do
thi-
good, but
as long as it's not anything from 2016.
okay. So go on. I'll find a picture. You keep talking.
I'm an ass. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I'm gonna top that. Keep going.
But anyways,
Oh.
oh gosh, I'm afraid.
No, I think you'll actually get a kick out of it. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
What's this about Ghostbusters?
Tell us about Ghostbusters.
Have you guys seen the recent trailer?
No.
No.
So, okay. So, just to give you guys a heads up, first off, I'm a fan of the original Ghostbusters. And when 2016 came out, it looked terrible. And to some extent, I wanted to give it a shot. And I was one of those people that, again, as much as I'm a fan, I wanted to kind of keep my, just give it a chance. And for a lot of people, and it's not just men, because I know like Sony and all the other people want to claim that it was just the white cis males that fucking didn't like it. It was also women. 2016 Ghostbusters was fucking trash. So a lot of people were kind of amazed when it turns out another Ghostbusters was being made. This one's called Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it follows years after Ghostbusters 2. And the way it's set up is you have this mom and her 2 kids, which one of them is one of the kids from Stranger Things, go to this town in the middle of nowhere to, I guess, inherit a house from, I'm assuming, Egon. And I'm just gonna say it, like, especially with the trailer, my head canon right now is because we see Janine in there too.
Oh,
My head canon right now is Janine and Egon got together. Because Janine shows up in the trailer, and things start happening, and it turns out Egon also stored all of their old equipment, including the Ecto-1. And again, things start happening. Just to talk about the trailer, and as it's described by the actor that plays Ant-Man, the town is being plagued by earthquakes, even though, like, looking at the maps, there are no fault lines near the town whatsoever. So it begs the question, what's causing earthquakes around the town? So turns out, might be what so it turns out it might be something supernatural. So with the help of the kids, coming together, dusting off a lot of the old Ghostbusters equipment, they proceed to try to help take down whatever supernatural entity is now plaguing this town. And I'm this is my theory right now. I think they're bringing back Gozer.
what it's sounding like.
Well, I'm saying Gozer because one of the kids gets chased out of a Walmart, and what basically crashes through one of the walls or one of the doors looks like Zool. I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
Great. Oh,
I fucking love it.
perfect.
I love that. But hey, can you save that and put it on Discord? I fucking love that picture. I want to have it.
God damn it, I had myself muted. Damn it. But hey, I just said I made a funny haha from using somebody else's funny haha. That's all. But yes, I will send it to you on Discord.
And then just to top it off, they're showcasing some of the commercials from the Ghostbusters, and they call the Ghostbusters hotline, and somebody picks up and they say we're closed. And I'm thinking, at first I thought it was Bill Murray, but I thought right now I think it was the other actor. I can't remember the actor's name. Fuck. The other white guy in the freaking not Egon, the other white guy. I can't remember his name.
Chris Hemsworth?
Not Chris Hemsworth.
Wait, what?
No,
sorry.
I'm talking about the old Ghostbusters.
Oh, sorry. Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd. I think it's Dan Aykroyd because in the window, because the phone rings in a shop, and in the window in neon lights it says occult books. So my immediate assumption is it's Dan Aykroyd's character. And apparently there was it may not come up in the movie, but there's been some new toys released for the Ghostbusters, and it shows Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and oh gosh, can't remember the other actor's name.
I can never
Google.
remember his name, unfortunately. Let me look.
Google's our friend. Hi, Google.
I'm looking it up right now.
Only Zool.
There is no data, only Zool.
Hey.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie
No, no,
Hudson.
no. Shh.
That's
Oh,
what
you guys didn't hear it. You guys didn't hear it, did you?
What?
Oh.
No, my Google Nest went off when you guys were talking.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you want to hear more about the only god Zool?
That's funny.
Yeah, you set my Nest off, and it started looking up Zool.
But yeah, I definitely think it's Gozer that might be the entity, because in one part of the trailer, it looks like Zool or the Keymaster that pops up, and I'm talking about the typical the design for the gargoyle dog creature that possesses Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis. Moranis, yeah. But anyways, so going on to the drama. So a lot of people are really happy and are really hopeful
Ernie
with this
Hudson.
particular.
That's the other guy I was thinking of.
I just said that too.
I
I
know.
said that before you, though.
But anyways,
Good for you.
so
Good for you. Just kidding.
So certain individuals are really salty right now because a lot of people are really hopeful for this next Ghostbusters film that's coming out, and people are trying their best to try to
like it?
shame. To shame and kind of throw salt at the new up and coming Ghostbusters. Mostly
It said
people
it was already
that
released, based on this what I'm looking at here.
when is it released?
November 11th.
Oh wait, no, November 11th. I was looking at the side. Never mind.
Yeah, I think it's November
It's
because
like-
I was like,
Yeah,
that's something
well, because it said June 11th right here. If you see the screen,
Yeah.
but
yeah, it's really weird.
anyway.
Yeah, November 11th,
We can hear you.
2021. But yeah, certain I guess the communities that enjoyed, I don't know how, but enjoyed Ghostbusters 2016 are trying to throw shade at the up and coming Ghostbusters
Why?
because people didn't like Ghostbusters 2016.
No,
Oh, you guys can't see it on stream, but
I'm
on Amazon or on Opera right now, Amazon Assistant popped up, and it says Ghostbusters on Amazon, and Ghostbusters 2016. It has 11,664 ratings, and it's 4.5 out of 5 stars. And you can
I
buy
give
it
it a
anywhere
3.
from between $2.99 and $3.99.
And I give it
confusion. The reason for my confusion, Rob, is because the way you were wording it was that the people who liked 2016 are throwing shade at Afterlife, and I was asking why.
well, I think at this point because a lot of people are more hopeful with this one than they are with, or at least
Basically, are you trying to say that there's no, like, because of the one 2016 was so bad that there's no way that they can fuck it up again like that?
Yeah. And certain people, I mean, they're mad. A lot of people in that community.
No, I'm
that-
asking if that's the case. That people think that the Ghostbusters Afterlife is gonna be better by default because 2016 was so bad. Is that what people think?
I think certain people. I mean, that some people. I think from a few people that I've heard, they're hopeful, but they don't want to just kind of immediately kind of just give it 100%, because with everything everything that happened with Ghostbusters 2016. And why does IMDb give it a freaking 6.7 out of 10? No, that's a freaking 3. Are you kidding me?
I've never seen it, so I do remember your videos about it when it came out, though. Your video specifically, because I actually watched that from the old channel. Or at least we talked about it. We talked about it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say
I've
it
still
again.
never seen it, but yeah.
When it comes down, and here's the thing that, especially a lot of people that are, when it came down to that particular movie. One, I did not give a shit that the Ghostbusters characters, or for that film, were all women. They just weren't funny. They weren't entertaining. They seemed bland, and some of them just were obnoxious to be fucking obnoxious. And the worst part,
Leslie Jones was in it, right?
Yeah, and the worst part is they were like, "Oh, we're gonna try to make it better than Ghostbusters." But in reality, the only, unfortunately, they did the same thing with the original Ghostbusters, where the only black character isn't a scientist compared to the other ones. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
So they did the same thing that the freaking other Ghostbusters did.
Can movies just please stop fucking virtue signaling? Or
Also,
people who are critical of movies, stop fucking virtue signaling. I know we're guilty of it too, but it's just there doesn't always have to be an inherent message.
Also, the villain was fucking lame.
Rather than focusing on the politics and the identity politics associated with film, why don't you work on making it good? Writing and direction. I've said this before, when it comes to, when there's a bad movie, it's not just on the actors themselves, it's on a lot of people. Yeah. It's on the director, it's on the writers of the script, the storyboard supervisors, all these other things, but people like to, just knock it down to it's that feminist Ghostbusters movie. But everything, I have not heard one good thing about it, though.
Again, because their usual argument, oh, you didn't like it because it's women. They're like, no, I didn't like it because it was fucking stupid. I didn't like the characters. The story was lame. The villain, the main villain, was just pathetic. And I think it was a waste of Chris Hemsworth's
wasn't he
talents.
supposed to be the sexy nerd?
Oh no! He was one.
Secretary.
So out of one of the male leads, they made him into a dipshit.
Yeah,
and obnoxious.
He can still be a sexy nerd and a secretary.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to. I wanted
he
to
was
say that.
He was an obnoxious dimwit that gets possessed.
From what I hear, there was a lot of the jokes were
stupid.
Were bashing him.
Yeah.
Or bashing guys using him as a proxy.
Yep.
Using his character as a proxy.
Yep.
What I hear.
The jokes weren't funny. And then, because
speaking of which, I'm curious. I want to see if I type it. What I find if I type in 2016 Ghostbuster jokes. I'm gonna get rid of the lonely screen here.
By the way, and people are kind of bitching about, oh, it's not. It's you guys were making fun of it because it's women. Now it's gonna be all kids. So fucking what? So fucking what? And then
wait,
another
so it's
argument.
All kids? You said?
Yeah, it's gonna be kids because it's
mostly Finn Wolfhard's in it.
Yeah, it's mostly focusing on the kids. Granted, I think I'm definitely thinking that the old OG Ghostbusters are gonna pop up, but at the same time, it's who fucking cares? It's cool. And then another thing that they try to.
So long as the story is good, the writing is good. Not Harold. The guy who plays Egon is pretty.
He's gone.
Huh?
The guy who played Egon's dead.
Oh. My
Yeah.
bad.
Well, well, that's why.
Way to be an
that's where
asshole,
the-
Aiden. Just kidding.
Well,
Just kidding.
that's where
Muting.
that's where the whole again, because when I heard this plot line, I'm thinking, wait a minute, Egon got busy. Egon had kids. That was my immediate reaction when I heard this. I'm like, the very awkward scientist guy got laid.
Yeah.
I've got a video I gotta show you.
Surprised.
Go on, Aiden.
Bill Murray's character had a kid. Because Bill Murray's character in the Ghostbusters, looking back at it, his character's an asshole.
Oh no, he is. I mean, stepkid, because when in between Ghostbusters 1 and 2, Sigourney Weaver met somebody else, and I got double check, but I'm pretty sure it's not his kid.
Their kid. I know that those two broke up. I know that between 1 and 2.
Yeah, and then they got back together near the very end.
Yeah.
I gotta show you guys this video. It's 28 seconds long. But
Oh,
let me
gosh.
pull it over here. The video was called. Hold on, shit. Wait, why? Video is called "All Jokes in Ghostbusters 2016." Play.
Are you showing it on stream?
Yes.
Okay, where's are you doing it live on the?
I'm not doing it on Discord.
Oh, okay.
I don't even need to show the whole thing to get the point to what I'm trying to get at. All Jokes in Ghostbusters 2016, and it's a video of just the end credits.
Oh.
I thought that was funny.
No. Just damn.
Has 16 likes, 6 dislikes. No. I gotta go pull that video back up. I gotta give that a 17th like.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. I was not expecting that. I was actually thinking like, oh shit, that's all there is in the movie is just 28 seconds worth of jokes.
Well,
Yikes.
the jokes are stupid, and they're not even funny. And that's actually another argument. Like, oh, like they're making it's like they're gonna be too serious, or they're making too many jokes. Like, well, here's the thing. One, they kind of became a little bit more campier with Ghostbusters 2. But with Ghostbusters 1, it was supposed to be a horror film.
Yeah.
Originally, that was supposed to be a horror film. But to an extent, they had like comedy littered in between.
Did the animated series come out before or after the film?
After the first film, I think the second film.
Hold on. Real Ghostbusters. Yes, I still remember the name of it.
Hey, you beat...
fact,
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is the real Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, they neutered Janine in the second portion of that show.
Let's see. Ghostbusters 2 is 89. Real Ghostbusters 86.
86?
Yeah.
Wait. Sorry, you cut out for a second.
Yeah.
So the first
86 for the Real
so-
Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. So, and then what year
And
did the
first
actual film
movie
come
came out in 84.
84. That's right. I used to watch The Real Ghostbusters.
And if
Can't remember what channel it used to be on, though. Maybe ABC.
And
It was, yeah. It was that show that actually made me be like, okay, I like Slimer.
Yeah, it made me buy High C.
Fun fact that if you haven't watched Loki yet, young kid Loki is drinking an Ecto Cooler.
Those are hard to find back in the day.
I mean, they're
Oh
harder
gosh, that
now to
reminds
find.
me of what was it? Do you guys remember Mondo?
No.
That rings a bell.
Like the kind of like the twist plastic bottle cap, kind of
Yes.
like sugar pop, like wax.
Huh.
They're like a not like I'm describing it poorly. It's a juice.
Okay.
And they come in those bottles that you have to take, like, you gotta twist from the top and pull it off. Not like a regular bottle, like what you'd see for a pop bottle nowadays. Let me pull it up because I know I'm describing it poorly.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like it had this implement
There you
in
go.
the bottle that's attached to the cap.
Yeah, it was a wax
Keep
top.
leaking.
But I have it on screen on stream right now, not in Discord, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
I always had the blue ones. The blue and the... What was it? I'm trying to see if I can find it here.
Purple ones tasted the best.
Never had the purple ones. Definitely had the blue. I think I used to have the orange ones too. Orange ones were okay.
Yeah.
Really interesting back in the day.
Yeah. Back in the days of like Mondo and Fruitopia.
Yeah, true.
What was the
At
other
one
ones?
point, at one point, regular Kool-Aid was kind of implementing those bottles, weren't they?
Yeah.
Around that time.
Yeah. And they had those commercials with like a skateboarding Kool-Aid man.
Yeah,
You don't remember that at all?
I remember.
Or it'd be
little
like
bit.
the water, like water, like, you know, kind of like the T1000, like that kind of like mercury liquid metal kind of look. And they did that for like Capri Sun too, where it's like this liquid just like chases you and then it goes in your mouth and the kids are like, oh, good. I know that sounded horrible the way I just described it, but deal with it. I'm not rephrasing.
It's honestly, looking back on it, hell, the commercial started off feeling like it was a horror thing.
Yeah, right? I always thought those were fucking creepy.
That just reminded me of the, because somebody did I think that I can't remember which company did it, but they did a parody of the old Capri Sun commercials where they turned into like liquid metal, and then all of a sudden you see like three kids kind of molding into one, and like it was
That's
like
what
this famous
the
basketball player.
Cronenberg. Yeah, it was the Cronenberg one.
And then dude's like, "What the fuck?"
Like,
I think one person started like throwing up. It was funny.
Oh gosh, Thank you for getting the reference. You actually explained it a lot better than I did, because I said T1000, but no, Cronenberg's liquid metal Cronenberg is probably better.
Yeah.
Fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, Cronenberg. Ugh. I mean, he was good at what he did in terms of making things creepy.
Well,
As well as making Jeff Goldblum look sexy too. In The Fly. Before he became the actual Fly, though, that's less sexy.
I think, like, when it comes to Cronenberg and stuff, and they kind of got some of their inspiration from works like H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah. As I've said before, I'm just not I get grossed out very easily by like body horror. Like I can easily read about it, but I like when seeing it, I'm just like, no.
I was gonna say
we live in a society.
I was gonna say you probably shouldn't watch moments from Colors in Space.
Oh, I've seen that. The one with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. By the way, I'm not gonna
Color Out of Space.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was probably one of Nicolas Cage's best works.
Mm.
Well, hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Because,
I'll hear you out. Go on.
Because usually, when it comes down to it, I mean, yes, Nicolas Cage is known for his freakouts. And for his acting, it's very subdued. Like he does really well with playing, like trying to play a calm dad. I mean, and they go over the fact at one point in the film that apparently he had to deal with a troubled childhood.
Yeah.
But
He
to
had
an
an
extent, he
abusive
tried. I
father.
mean, yeah, and then the entire time he's trying, like at least for the first part of the film, he's trying his best to be a good dad and be a good husband. But when things start like kind of going nuts, especially after what happens with his wife and his son, then we have that initial freak out. And I'm not gonna lie, it's to an extent I can understand that. That one freak out is like, okay, I can that makes it seem like it's more relatable to some degree, especially with all the things that are going on around them.
I know that's not from Color Out of Space, but I have the picture, the kind of famous one from Mandy, where he's like in the car driving, he's staring all awkwardly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you see it, it's on stream right now.
Oh, okay.
Mandy was a good film. That Mandy was weird. Have you guys seen Mandy?
Yeah, I think I have.
It is super weird.
Oh, and then there's the yeah, that's the one where he was on the drugs, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on all the drugs.
And then there was it Ride from Hell? That was a weird movie too. What was
Ride from
he
Hell?
was, and then was it Willy's Wonderland? The recent like Five Nights at Freddy's
Yeah,
film,
where he doesn't speak at all.
which I felt was kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay, go. I'm back in my break now. I gotta play pinball.
oh no, yeah, like the funniest moment is when he's trying to help he's helping this one girl who's about to be killed by a freaking animatronic. All of a sudden his watch beeps like, "Here, take the knife. I'm on break."
Yep.
Moments like that were really fucking good.
Yeah, it was a weird movie, but I didn't hate it. I
Oh
didn't
no,
hate
I
it
mean
at all.
it's interesting compared to a lot of his other films.
Yeah. What was the one that I watched that was bad? It was it Mom and Dad? It's basically where this I don't know if it's like a virus or something that affects parents and causes them to want to kill their children. And so it's like a kind of dystopian kind of thing, where a situation where all the parents are trying to kill their kids because they like, it was like this impulse. They had to do it. They couldn't, like, they were hell bent on like killing your kids. They called it, what are they made up the story about like pigs, like, well, I don't know. It's really messed up. It was dumb though, but it was him and Selma Blair was in it.
Is it called?
They were playing as Mom and Dad. Huh?
Is it called Pig?
No. It's called Mom and Dad.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I know he was in a film called Pig recently.
Oh, yeah. That's not what I was talking about.
Actually
In Mom and Dad, there was a
seems
virus
interesting.
that came out that was like, they compared it to pigs, like basically killing their young.
Then there were
And so that was kind of
'cause-
the premise behind the movie, or whatever.
So, Butcher's Crossing, The Retirement Plan, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Untitled Joe Exotic Project, Untitled Nicholas Cage. I mean, these are the titles on IMDb. Amazon Studio Project. Okay, there might be something going on Amazon.
There's
Pig.
one movie he did it as a Christian film, and it was so bad. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Willy's Wonderland, Prisons of the Ghostland, The Croods 1 and 2, Jiu-Jitsu, Grand Isle, Primal. Where have I seen Primal? I think I've heard of that one. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one. Running with the Devil. I'm trying to find the one where he was literally...
We'll be here forever if you read every single credit that he has.
Color of Space. I'm just going through some of them.
Oh, the movie is called Pig Rob.
Huh.
Pig Rob.
Into the Spider-Verse. He played Spider-Man Noir. which is my favorite Spider-Man besides Miles.
Pig Rob. Let me see this. Pig Rob.
Apparently, he played Superman in the Teen Titans Go movie.
Pig Rob. The hell is Pig Rob?
No, it was weird. It was just, it's called Pig. But for some reason, IMDb had it listed as Pig Rob.
Oh, his name is Rob. His nickname is Rob.
Runner,
Okay.
Raid,
His
Outcast.
character's nickname is Rob.
Hmm.
It's interesting, I suppose.
Oh wait, I think I found
That's
it.
my pig.
Drive Angry. Wait, is that the one? Oh, yep, it's Drive Angry, where he escapes from hell.
Oh.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
It is
yeah.
such a weird fucking movie.
I'm trying to find the one I remember. He was supposed to get on a plane. It was a Christian film, and basically it was like the why am I drawing a blank? What's it called? Where they ascend to heaven. The
Wait, what?
Rapture. The Rapture.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was
I'm
in
trying
that
to figure
too.
out what movie.
Left
It's not called The
Behind?
Rapture though. I'm trying to think of it's.
It's where the rapture comes from. It's left behind.
Yeah, Left Behind. That's it. Funny thing.
Yeah.
It's originally not in the fucking Bible. I'm sorry, folks. It's not in the fucking Bible.
Yeah.
Don't watch. I have it on screen. I'm kind of waving it in front of everyone. Don't watch this movie.
Which
This
one?
movie is so bad. Left Behind. It is
Yeah.
horrible. And he's weird. Like, I mean, he's weird in general, but like it's weird, kind of like cringe weird. Well, he was like that in Mom and Dad though too. The way he said anal beads, and Mom and Dad just seemed weird. He had like an upward inflection about it, like anal beads. It just came out of nowhere.
What?
What? Elvis the Alien does a video on Mom and Dad. I would watch his video if you want to know what I'm talking about. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But he also does a review on Left Behind. Because I know it's based on a book. And it's just, oh god. He's like a pervy. He's like, he works, or he's a pilot. And I believe he is an alcoholic. And
If I
he's
remember
also trying to get,
yeah.
what's that?
If I remember the character correctly, yeah, they're an alcoholic.
And he was trying to establish a relationship with his estranged daughter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden these people are getting sucked up and, sent or, going to heaven because of the rapture.
That's how they depicted it in the movie, huh?
Yeah.
In the book, they just poof.
It's like sucking them out of the planes.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's like if Final Destination went right.
Yeah, in the book, it's different. In the book,
when 288 people died.
they're there one moment, next thing they're gone, and their clothes are still there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on like Christian-based films or anything like that, but that one was so bad. I'd rather watch a Neil Breen movie. Oh yeah, I brought up Neil Breen. Anyone who happens to watch this later, look him up. You will not you will not be disappointed.
You'll hurt your head. Don't.
Shush. Also, watch the Spike Lee Old Boy. Fantastic. I can't even say that with a straight face. No. Sorry. Watch the original Old Boy. Don't watch the Spike Lee version. Father. So stupid. But all right, guys. Any final thoughts? Because I gotta get working on my final.
When it comes down to Ghostbusters, honestly,
There is no
stop being
Ghostbusters, only Zool.
honestly, especially with people that are just trying to throw shade at for no fucking reason. Just stop. Get a fucking life.
You tell him. People are still gonna be assholes.
Hey, I'm a dick, and I at this point I fucking embrace it.
We all are. If this is surprising to any of us by now, then well, shit, we need to reevaluate our friendship.
And look, this is coming from somebody who, plays a lot of video games and reviews movies and shit. So when it comes down to what I consider good and bad, and especially when it comes down to, I think if anything, final thoughts would be like whatever you like or dislike is subjective to what other people like or dislike. If you like the Ghostbusters 2016, me personally, I don't understand how. Then okay, you liked it, but you can't get mad if other people didn't like it. And
in all fairness, I used to give you shit for liking the Netflix Death Note.
Oh, that review's coming out soon. By the way.
Cool, good. I can't wait.
And then, lately I've been reviewing a lot of horror shit.
Have you seen Martyrs?
I have not.
If you like French extremist horror, that one's.
I just came across As Above,
Not the
So
remake,
Below
though.
recently.
The what?
As Above, So Below.
As Above, So Below.
Yeah, I just came across that.
That came out in 2014, didn't it?
Yep, and for the titles, I'm also putting in the dates of when those came out.
Terrible. I still have yet to watch it as a result.
It was all right. I can't remember if I don't think I gave it a high rating. I don't remember. But
I don't think I've ever seen it. I know about the only thing I know about it is that PewDiePie got invited to France to investigate the catacombs as part of the promoting the film.
Yeah, that's honestly what made me even remotely interested in the film was the fact it takes place in those catacombs.
Heck, actually, recently I cracked a joke about how people might think there might be something wrong with me because the past.
No, just stop right there. Nope, stop, and we're ending the stream.
Let me
leave
finish.
it at that.
let me finish. I cracked a joke in one of my reviews that people might think that there might be something wrong with me because the last couple of reviews have been nothing but anything involving like hell or exorcisms and stuff like that. Because the next couple of reviews on the docket, which by the way, I still need to watch the Demon Souls movie. That's coming next.
Same.
Same. That's I'm planning on doing that. But the next.
Wait, what? Demon Souls movie.
Or
Demon Slayer,
Hunter.
you mean?
Demon Slayer, yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, the next two that are on the docket that I have recorded are the Seventh Day review and Incarnate.
Seventh Day as in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
You're thinking of End of Days.
No.
Though that would be fun. That would be fun to talk about.
You could troll people with your movie reviews, being like, titling it like, I Want to Die. And then it's like, oh, that's the name of the film we're reviewing for this video.
Which
I was thinking the Sixth Day.
Which I don't.
Okay.
To an extent, the Seventh Day was not fun. There was a couple of scenes that I did enjoy of that, but other than that, and I mentioned that in fact, I think the Seventh Day review is about 20 minutes long.
Yeah, sorry, Rob. I was thinking of the Sixth Day.
No, you're fine.
I was thinking of the Seventh Guest.
Oh, shit. No, I'm sorry. I talked about that movie for 40 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Oh, shit. And that compared to the Incarnate movie review, I did not have a lot to say. I spent 12 minutes talking about that.
Was the 40 minutes so long, like you were just so angry it sucked so bad that you blacked out and you're like, oh shit, this happened.
So for Seventh Day, it was to attempt something where I've recently, or at least not recent, but I became a fan of off-the-shelf reviews, which a couple of British guys that review horror films.
You should
And
check
to
out.
some
Go ahead. I'll recommend someone in a
And-
second.
To some extent, I wanted to try to do something similar to that, where even though I can't show anything from the film because movie companies are dicks, especially when it comes to copyright. I just have the poster and I talk about it. And I think mentioned.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you heard of the newbie reviews?
I have not.
It's NEWBEE. He does really good video, I really like his content. He does a lot of horror film reviews.
I mean, lately that's what I've been doing is horror movie reviews.
The first videos I watched, the newbie, NEWBEE. He always does it like he has like a break animation. It's like two aliens. It's like we'll be right back after these messages, and it looks like something that I used to see back when I would like watch like Cartoon Network, and I can't pinpoint it, but maybe it's just me. I don't know if he still uses that for all of his videos, but yeah. And so, then like, he has he uses his cats when things get a little too real. Like a palate cleanser.
Yeah. I'm looking at his channel now. I'm going to subscribe so I can watch this stuff later.
The videos that I watched of his were the first ones I watched of his was his series on the human centipede. And he has I kind of have it too, like whenever he like feels like really cringe or anything kind of like that, or anything like shocking happens. Like, I mean, if you know what's in those films, like it's awful. But like his hands will like tingle or go numb when he like it kind of experiences that. I, to an extent, kind of have that too, a little bit. So it's like, oh, interesting.
He did
and he uses hand puppets too.
He did a review of the Star Wars Holiday Special. Freaking. Yep.
Zardoz.
Apparently, there was a rumor that Star Trek had a holiday special.
Really?
But
they saw Star Wars, so the Star Wars one, and it was like, oh no, fuck that.
Well, apparently, it's not legally viewable in Amsterdam.
Oh shit! Damn, Amsterdam. Setting that bar high or low.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to Chris Shatner around that time.
You mean William Shatner?
That's what I said, Shatner.
You said Chris Shatner.
Chris Shatner.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you
screwed up. Why did I say Chris?
Fucking fake fan.
Well, I'm not a fan of Star Trek. I mean, I'm not like
bullshit.
I like Star.
You showed me all of your figures that you got fairly recently of like the different ships. Oh yeah, and so you're not a fan.
By the way, no. Well, here's the thing. It's only because it's only.
This is the hill you want to die on.
No, listen. One, it is, and apparently it's from the film that everybody hates. And two, it is the only badass ship in the fucking movie. Besides the Enterprise.
Okay, so you're a closeted fan. Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
that and the Enterprise E, because the Enterprise E is fucking awesome.
But yeah, fuck Star Trek.
Okay. Trekverse Holiday celebrates Captain Jean-Luc Picard, who Captain featured in Star Trek Next Generation, as Picard explained, is for children who live aboard the Enterprise.
William Shatner's... Gosh, how old is he now? He's like 90? He doesn't look like it, though.
Did you? Oh, by the way, did you know that I need to watch Picard, because apparently they brought back Q.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, that was one of the I mean, for one of the recent commercials, they brought back Q, which I'm kind of curious about. I need to watch the first season though, but
I've only watched the Next Generation.
I've watched bits of Next Generation. I did watch more with the movies.
But back when, oh gosh, was that one when like fucking like Xena, Warrior Princess, and
Back during that time.
yeah, because I remember I would watch a lot of Xena and
Hercules.
watched a little bit of Stargate, but trying to remember what else I used
Hercules,
to watch.
Stargate, Babylon
Highlander.
5, Battlestar Galactica.
By the way, fun fact: did you know? Have you guys watched the movie Boogeyman?
The shitty one? The one that came out. Wait, hold on. The Boogeyman or Boogeyman?
Boogeyman. Or hold on. Yeah, it's just Boogeyman. It's directed by Stephen K.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't.
so
No, I don't think I have. But Lucy Lawless is in it.
yes,
Okay.
who was Xena,
Yes.
and I guess she was married to one of the people that helped make
Oh,
that
really?
movie. Yeah.
Hmm.
Which is why she was in it, and it's kind of interesting since for the sequel they also got one of the other main leads for Xena Warrior Princess to play the psychiatrist in the second one. I'm just gonna say it, that franchise is shit. The Boogeyman. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I thought you were talking about the. I think there's another film called Boogeyman or The Boogeyman
oh,
that
there's a
came out a
ton
little
of
more
them.
recently. Yeah, that's why I said the
There's a-
shitty one.
Yeah,
Because
there's
there was
a
one
ton
that
of
I
them.
believe that came out fairly recently that was like basically a rip-off of another horror film. But I can't remember. I can't even think or come
There's
even close to what that title was. But
there is a lot of Boogeyman shit.
oh yeah.
I mean, there's the 1980s one where vengeful spirit embodies a mirror and haunts the son and daughter of the
Are you
vengeful
talking?
spirits.
Wait, is
I'm
that
talking
the
about the old one.
Oh, okay. I'm talking. That sounds like another horror film recently. What the fuck was it? Where the mirror manipulates everything.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's not called the mirror.
No, it's called
Basically, they
Boogeyman
had to
or
have
the
this like,
Boogeyman.
because they had to have like this anchor strapped to like the ceiling, and then
No,
in order
oh no,
they
no,
had
no,
this
no.
timer.
Oh no, you're thinking.
I'm talking
of,
about something
you're thinking
different.
Of,
I'm
you're
thinking
thinking
of
of
something
Oculus.
else. Yes.
You're thinking of Oculus.
Thank you.
No, so a
Oculus.
boogie. So there's a ton of Boogeyman shit. I'm looking at IMDb and like the things that pop up. One are It, Outsider, Candyman, Halloween, Sinister.
Sinister wasn't bad.
They show Nightmare on Elm Street, which I can give them that. By the way,
Wait,
their
Sinister is
docket.
the one with Ethan Hawke, right? And Deputy So and So, or is that's
Yes.
Yeah.
They
I still
literally
need to
call
watch.
it
I still need to watch Sinister 2.
that movie's shit.
What? Second one?
It,
Yeah.
I liked the fact that Deputy So and So is the main character, well, kind of the main character in
They
the
killed
second
off
one.
the last one.
But the third one, the third one was forgettable to me.
So I'm trying to find. Oh, and then they had Krueger Tales of Elm Street, which I definitely need to watch that because it's supposed to be like a little mini series or something. Boogeyman Reincarnation. When the fuck did that happen? Huh?
If you like horror content, Rob, you might like Dead Meat.
On
YouTube, they do a kill count.
Oh
of
yeah,
various horror
true.
films. So they go over
Kruger.
all the deaths and how they die, when they die in the film, and everything. It's cool.
I'm trying to find the. Okay, so there's one in particular that's actually interesting because it was actually it was um a mini film that was and I have to thank Phayn from Phayless that talked about this, and I actually got a chance to watch it myself. It's two films on one, originally on one cassette, for one called The Woman in the Room, and then the next was The Boogeyman. And this quick film has this, it details this man who is clearly distressed, who apparently had both of his kids were killed, and the thing that they think killed it, or at least the man thinks that killed his children, was the boogeyman. And most of the film is him in this this therapist's office as he's discussing the events that occurred in his own home. And the last bit is literally him, or at least the boogeyman, turning out to be the therapist and then killing the guy.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I watched well, I watched most of a film. Have you ever heard of the film Inside? It's a French film. It's also considered French extreme horror or extremist horror.
Oh.
It kind of reminds me of like in aspects of Don't Breathe. Which, did you do a review on that? Or Rob, or did you?
Planning on doing a review.
But you have seen Don't Breathe, right?
I've heard about it.
Okay. Well, I'll explain that one before I explain the other one. So, Don't Breathe is basically where these three kids, they case this place. Like, one of the kids' dads works for a security company, and these three, like, younger kids decide to break into this guy's house because he's blind and he lives alone and he's a veteran and he's older. But,
yeah,
I mean, turns out he's much more capable of a killer than they ever imagined.
Oh, I found it.
But inside, or like, well, they also discovered like this locked basement. And sorry, but spoiler, but they've see this like plexiglass wall, and all of a sudden there's a woman like that has a collar on her neck and a chain. She like runs up to the window, and apparently she had gotten into an accident about a year prior and ran into a car, and the car that she hit was that veteran's daughter, or like she died, and she was the veteran's daughter was pregnant. Oh wait.
Oh gosh.
And so, or wait, no. He lost his daughter, but basically he kidnaps her and forcefully impregnates her with a turkey baster, and is keeping her in the basement until she gives birth to replace the daughter that she killed. It's super fucked up, but
Yeah.
Inside is very much like that, but it's like it's just a woman. She's about to give birth. She got into a car accident before, and her husband died as a result. And there was somebody else in the other car that apparently lost their baby because they were pregnant. And this woman is being stalked by a stranger, and who's trying to get in the house. And it's the woman who lost her baby, and so she's been stalking this woman and basically wants her baby and is going to do anything to get it, such as cutting out her baby.
Oh god.
But there's a little more to it. It's horrifying. I mean, because it's French extremism horror. But good film. I know they remade it, but though I heard the remake wasn't good. And I know they remade Martyrs too, but I heard the original one is good too. That one, I will not watch. Just because there's some really gruesome things that happen in it, and just hearing it about it just makes me want to like cringe. So yeah, I used to hate horror. I never liked horror movies until maybe in like the past couple of years. Oh, I love horror. And horror is fun to say. Oh god, I'm starting to get dumber and dumber as I keep talking, so
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta get work done, so.
All right.
No,
That's all right. So,
Alright. Well, we didn't get to do the playthrough for episode 3 for Guardians of the Galaxy, but
That's
we will
okay,
do
we
it
can-
next weekend.
yeah.
I'm excited
So,
to go on our misadventures.
so before I go to bed, I'll change the title and the thumbnail.
Okay.
So,
But if you're gonna watch
Trevor-
this after it goes live, truly appreciate it. You know, do the standard thing of like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you want to check out any of our other content. Our social media links are in the description below. I normally don't do outros, but I'm slowly getting better at them. But anyway, so we'll be continuing episode 3 next week. And if there are any, pertinent topics that are interesting or, relevant to discuss, we'll probably do that as well. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and it has been fun. Until next time, it is Rob, myself, and Aden signing off. Take care. Peace.
take care.